Written expression. That is the phrase printed on 8 different New York civil service notices. And if you have gone looking for what it means, you have found reading lessons written for school exams. This is what it means on these ones. 4 versions of the same report sentence. 1 is written correctly. This is not a test of elegance. It is a test of whether you can spot a specific, nameable fault, and there are only a handful of them, which is what makes this section trainable. In the next few minutes, the technique, step by step, and then the 4 ways people lose points on it. First, read each option until something makes you reread. Read at normal speed and stop at the first point where you have to go back. That stumble is almost always the fault. The correct sentence is the one you get through once without any backtracking. Second, check the 4 faults that account for most items. Subject and verb disagreeing in number. A comma doing a conjunctions job, joining 2 complete sentences. A pronoun that could belong to 2 different people. A describing phrase sitting next to the wrong noun. Run those 4 checks and you will catch most of what appears. Third, watch the sound-alikes and the plain misspellings separately. There and there, its and its, toe and toe are confusions between 2 real words. A misspelling is a word that does not exist at all. Both appear, and the second question in these sets asks you to name which one you are looking at, so keep them apart in your head. Fourth, name the fault before you fix it. A sentence you can only feel is wrong tends to get rewritten into a different error. One you can name gets corrected once. Naming is also the difference between knowing the answer and being able to check it under time pressure. Now the other half, and it is the half most people skip. These are the 4 ways this ability is actually lost, not by not knowing, but by answering the question next to the one on the page. First, choosing the longest or most formal-sounding option instead of the correct one. Second, missing agreement when the subject and verb are separated by a long phrase. Third, accepting a comma splice because both halves read well on their own. Fourth, calling a plain, misspelling a sound-alike confusion, or the reverse. Every one of those is a habit, which means every one of them is fixable by drilling rather than by studying harder. And this is why it is worth the effort. Written expression is not one exam's quirk. 8 New York civil service exams test it. Traffic enforcement agent, 7331. School safety agent, 7323. Police officer, 7313. Correction officer, 6303. Police communications technician, 6329. Special officer, 6327. Environmental police officer, 6305. Special officer, health and hospitals, 6328. Different jobs, different notices, different agencies. The same skill on all of them. Which means the practice you put in here is not spent on one application. It follows you to every other exam on that list. Reading about a technique is not the same as owning it, and this one only transfers under a clock. Free practice for written expression is at dutyrank.com/exams, with the reasoning shown on every answer. DutyRank is an independent study product and is not affiliated with any government agency.